Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week of Wrestling Reality Rundown, where we will run down the week that was professional wrestling. We are going over all of the happenings. Here with me, the Red Standard, is Mr. SKF Effect, while Miss Live 1122 is on a little bit of a assignment going on over there. We know that of course we saw uh, Jurassic Express having a bit of a night last night. She's probably doing something regarding that. But
She could be
anyways,
having a little bit of the bubbly.
but while she is having a bit, actually no, that's actually true probably. But while she's doing that, we are going to be chatting some of the events that are going to be happening this week. We have, of course, NXT Takeover as well as Survivor Series coming up this weekend. It's a big week for NXT. It was reported earlier, as of this recording, that NXT was able to edge out AEW in the ratings this week in the viewership. They received, I believe, around 916,000, and I believe AEW did short of that, around the 870 mark, I believe.
Roughly.
So
So not by much, but hell, it's sets it up 7-1 for so far in the ratings.
I definitely think it's a positive with all the buzz that's been going on, not just with the NXT invasion, but I think you really can't complain when you because like even if you were to watch AEW, I thought Dynamite last night was a pretty decent show as well. So, well, obviously, when you're having like Becky Lynch starting off the show, and then you're seeing Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura, and just practically every segment, a new SmackDown or Raw talent is coming in. I think that's definitely gonna get a lot of people's attention, all building up to the ladder match at the end, where the brouhaha, as we like to say.
When
Um,
when the man comes around, views go up.
so I thought it was, I thought last night's edition of NXT was an interesting one, and I think this weekend's event is going to be an interesting one for NXT because this is the first takeover since debuting on the USA Network. So it'll be interesting to see, how much attention that event gets, being on
NXT
the
is
national.
yeah. NXT has got a huge weekend, and it kicks off with War Games,
War Games.
as William Regal put it.
War Games!
And let's start with the War Games themselves.
War Games!
Um, the first ever women's War Game match featuring Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Tegan Knox, and Mia Yim faces Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray. I'm so happy to see her on NXT. Why does she have to be a heel? But that's going to be a fun match.
Is she a face on NXT UK?
No, she's still heel.
Okay.
She's straight up heel laugh. Somebody's pinning Shayna. And that's going to lead to Shayna's next big rivalry. Most likely, it's probably going to be Rhea.
Yeah, because Tegan Knox and who was the other one other than Mia? And Candice
Candice.
LeRae. I don't think Candice is going to be getting a title match soon, and I think the rivalry's all been centered around Rhea and Shayna, so I think that definitely makes the most sense. I'm sure we're going to see the other two of the horsewomen get involved, Dakota Kai. I did because
Would
like I was
be
thinking
involved.
about it, and I thought that your idea of having Mia as the enforcer, I think definitely fit her more than it would for like Dakota Kai coming in for a run in.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
The head baddie in charge could have the kendo stick, and as the other horsewomen try to come out, just knock them down.
But I,
But
I don't know because like I do see that happening, but I wonder if like obviously think Dakota Kai is gonna get some involvement in this match. I don't know if
don't
that
turn
would
heel,
be like
Dakota. Don't turn
I
heel.
don't.
It's not going to
Yeah,
work. Yeah, don't turn heel. But yeah, I'm bad. My money in the bank would be on someone on Rhea pinning.
on May.
So then let's jump to the men's,
War Games!
which is the Undisputed Era versus Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, and a mystery partner that Triple H has promised will be revealed the day of the event Who knows how early in the day of the event? It may not be until the match starts. Who knows? But that it would be a big surprise that everyone will love. And damn, it's hard to say on this one which way they'll go.
The way I see this one going, and I think this is one of the things about having this, I don't like how the War Games is taking place the night before Survivor Series, because I can potentially see Team Champa being a part of Team Survivors or Team NXT for Survivor Series. I don't like that idea because like War Games is supposed to be that match where it's like at the end you're going to be broken and bruised, and it doesn't make sense for the next night for for them to be competing. But since Undisputed Era has their matches, I do think that I believe Team Champa is going to get the win, and then they're going to represent NXT at the Survivor Series.
Could be. Sound logic.
Because I don't, I look well. We'll get to it later because like I don't really see who else will make up that Team NXT. They haven't, as of this recording, they have not announced any of Team NXT for the men and women. So, but we'll get to that later on. So I do think Team Champa is going to get the victory here, and I mean for the mystery partner, I mean I'm gonna probably guess. I don't because Triple H is saying a big surprise. I don't know how big of a surprise this would be, but I'm gonna probably guess it's gonna be Velveteen.
That would be cool, but I don't know. Someone tossed out an idea that's going to be John Morrison.
Oh, oh, that's an interesting idea.
He'd be a good person to use to represent Team NXT at Survivor Series.
We'll get to that.
Then, all right. So we're tossed up there. The singles match listed for War Games.
Predicting for that match though.
I got no pick. I honestly can't think of which way it's gonna go.
I can see that too because it's like you also have Undisputed Era as the champions, and they're going into their own respective matches as champions. But to me, I feel like the Survivor Series tag match is probably going to be what means the most.
I mean, it depends on who the mystery person is. If the mystery person is someone big, either making a debut or a return, I can see them getting the pin off like Adam Cole to set up a future rivalry after Survivor Series. But that's a tough match to call. But now, as I was heading, let's go to the one-on-one match, which I can call this one easy. Finn Balor is going to beat Matt Riddle.
Yeah,
not easily. It ain't going to be easy. But Finn Balor's definitely going to beat Matt Riddle. Probably Johnny Gargano come running out after the match and attack him.
Yeah, I do see that, especially considering Finn is just getting reacquainted with, NXT. I do see Matt Riddle getting inserted into Team NXT, but I don't think that's going to harm him one bit. But I think these two are going to have a great match. I love both of these. Well, I love Matt Riddle more than I do Finn Balor. I mean, Finn Balor, I feel like in this setting, I think he's definitely going to be a lot better than he is on Raw and SmackDown. I mean, if that main roster, I think he's definitely coming in with a chip in his shoulder to prove to Vinnie Mac that, they really like wasted like the last, how many years? 3 years, I think it was. So I do see Finn getting that win and, as you said, setting up that future Gargano feud.
Wait, that's going to be a fun feud. Speaking for fun feuds, the last match listed on card for War Games.
War Games!
It's a number one contenders match, so the winner of this triple threat match will move on to challenge Adam Cole, baby, at Survivor Series for the NXT Championship. It's a triple threat match between Damian Priest, Killian Dane, and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne being the only face in this match, I'm giving him the win.
Same.
But there's a good chance that match is going to be more destructive than the War Games matches.
Is it listed as a no DQ match, or is it just a
triple
straight
threat? It's no DQ.
Or is it like a hardcore false or that kind of match, or is it just
not false count anywhere? But it's a triple threat match, so it's no DQ. Anything goes.
Okay.
Those three going to destroy each other, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think Pete Dunne's gonna get the win on this one.
That takes care of War Games.
War Games.
So let's jump right into Survivor Series, which, oh my god, I feel like this show is going to be on for a while. So we'll kick right off. Adam Cole versus the winner of the triple threat match, which we're both agreeing on, Pete Dunne. What do you think Petey Boy's chances are of walking out as champion?
I think this is gonna be the stage for Adam Cole to kind of like give. It's a big stage for Adam Cole. I think he's gonna be the one getting the victory. I think this is gonna be a big test because I believe it's in the same building. Survivor Series. It's in the Allstate Arena. Both shows.
Let's see. Allstate Arena, background, War Games, Allstate Arena, same show.
Okay, so I feel considering it's Chicago, I think they're gonna have a great crowd, as they mostly do. I mean, I find like a lot of the times it's like when you're introducing some of these NXT guys on television onto the main roster, um, like the crowd gets a little bit lost because they're not too familiar. I don't think it's gonna be that way with Chicago. I think they're gonna be electric for both guys, but there's always like that possibility. But I think they're gonna have a great match. I think they're definitely gonna kill it. If anything, I feel like this match should probably open the show. Just get this one early so that you don't have people just like getting bored or whatever. So
Yeah,
I,
because we're in Chicago, so you know what people are going to do when they get bored. And sadly, they have a reason to do it now.
that's what I was gonna say. They do.
CM Punk! CM Punk! So the next match listed up, thanks to Wikipedia, is the WWE Universal Championship match. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. I'm kind of sad seeing Daniel in this because he's probably going to lose. But it's going to be fun to see just how many like flying knees and whatnot Wyatt takes and still gets up.
I feel like they need to stop doing that. I don't want to see them like do the like 50 finishers to the Fiend. Like, I think we get the point of like what they're trying to do with the Fiend, and like you said, it's kind of like it's pretty obvious that they're not going to do some sort of squash if the Seth Rollins feud was anything to go by. I don't like to see Daniel Bryan.
Shit, Cesar.
I would like to see Daniel win. I'm at least happy he's getting this kind of a spot, but it's just one of those spots where it's like, does it really matter? Because it's like the Fiend's not losing this title anytime soon. So I think the Fiend's gonna get this victory.
Fiend's got to hold it until at least WrestleMania. Be legitimate. Bray Wyatt owes that much, or deserves that much.
It's funny that you called it when you said the Universal Championship match. I was legit thinking like Brock Lesnar because like I was still associating I still thought that title was like on Raw.
Let's the match that's probably gonna steal the freaking show. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roderick Strong. In a triple threat match, which means the match does not get to end due to a kick to the dick.
You don't know that. We thought the Hell in a Cell was no DQ, so it's like anything like any rules are out the window.
That was match stoppage, not
excuse me, match stoppage. They couldn't stop the match because a guy got his dick hit.
Ugh. Anyway, AJ Styles, because he's probably the bigger name of WWE. He's the representative of Raw, and goddammit, this is the only match Raw should probably win.
I do think the same. Especially considering AJ's got a match with Humberto the next night, so it's kind of a shame because like if I'm looking at this match, if anyone watched it, like I mean, like they know like how much I've been praising Shinsuke, and it just sucks that he's probably gonna take the pin on this one.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I would have preferred Daniel Bryan to be in this match, to be honest, because at least that could have been at least a toss up, but they decided to put Daniel in the title match instead. If anything, like I would have liked to have seen Miz get the title match. I think that's what they were originally planning, and so
Miz was supposed to be getting the title match in a steel cage, at Starrcade, but I guess he's been replaced by Braun Strowman.
Yeah, yeah. Which that in itself is like again, but we'll get to that some other time. But I would have preferred
Oh,
to have seen Miz get that title match at Survivor Series because, like we said, Fiend's not losing that title anytime soon. So just have the Fiend just crush Miz in this first title defense, and then Daniel
Miz
Bryan could have been
deserved
in this
better than
match.
that.
I mean, but then, like I said, it's like, does anyone believe that Fiend's gonna lose that title before WrestleMania? So it's like, you know, you need that for a show like this. Like you said, the show's gonna go on forever. You need one of those squash matches, and that would have probably been a suitable squash match rather than having like probably Daniel being the one getting squashed.
Survivor Series match. The 5-on-5-on-5 men's Survivor Series triple threat elimination match. It is Team Raw, which is represented by Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet, because those 5 all get along so well. Versus Team SmackDown, represented by Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, and Shorty G, because King Corbin just loves all of those guys. Versus Team NXT, which is to be determined.
As of this recording,
As of this recording, it is to be determined.
which I find interesting that they didn't announce that last night.
So, they might want to see who's left standing after War Games to use for Team NXT.
Exactly. Yeah. Because if I were to like make, because I was looking through the roster today, just seeing who could represent NXT, who's logical enough to represent NXT, and I was thinking like the 4 guys that are going to be Team Ciampa, which would be Ciampa, Dijakovic, Keith Lee, Velveteen, and Matt Riddle. That's who I'll probably predict is going to represent Team NXT. And I feel like this is, like I said, like this, I feel if you're including NXT in the Survivor Series festivities, like they need to win, especially when they're going up against another wrestling promotion on Wednesday nights and they're already struggling enough in the ratings. Like the last thing you want is to, give that perceived notion like through your own storylines. Because if you remember last year, SmackDown got completely swept and there was no follow up to that. It was
They
just
did not get completely swept. They had one win.
on a kickoff show that didn't even
Tag teams matter.
But anyways, I feel like you need to book NXT strong, which I think they have been doing lately. I think this NXT invasion has definitely done a lot better for NXT, and I feel like they need to continue that momentum with the victory here.
They're the main roster. So then, I'm gonna go. Depending on who's on Team NXT right now, off of these, I'm going Team SmackDown. They at least have 4 guys who can get along, and they have the tag team of Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, unless King Corbin just really screws everybody over, I'm gonna go Team SmackDown. So the next 5-on-5-on-5 is the women's match, which I love these tag teams. Team Raw, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. All right, Charlotte and Natalya get along. Okay. Asuka and Kairi are your reigning, defending women's tag team champions. Cool. Charlotte and Natalya do not get along with Asuka and Kairi. And where did Sarah Logan come from? I love Sarah, but where did she come from?
I mean, I think it just shows, like, we've been talking about this a long time about the women's division on WWE, not NXT, but we're on SmackDown. And, like, when Sarah Logan's just getting a random spot on Team Raw, like, that to me tells you, like, where all their attention has really been on. And it's just, they've really just only been focusing on Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte, and.
Let's go. Team SmackDown, led by Sasha Banks. And teammates are Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. There's actually more unity in that team, kind of like the men's SmackDown, with the exception of like Nikki Cross and Sasha.
And Bailey, because didn't
And
they
then
have?
we have, well, Bailey's in her own match. And
Oh
then we
yeah,
have Team
yeah.
NXT, which is to be determined. So again,
If I were to predict that team, like I said, you would probably have to take from the War Games match, but that's a difficult one to do because I feel like Team NXT would be represented by Bianca, Candice, Rhea, Mia, and Io. I think that would probably be
let's
Team
say
NXT. But
Rhea, Mia, Io, Dakota, and Tegan.
mhm.
Or if they really want the unity, replace Io with Candice.
I feel like they need to put Io in that match because considering what happened on NXT last night with Kyrie, I think that was pretty cool to do. So, but my prediction for this one is the same as the one before. NXT needs to come out strong, and at least these two, like the champions matches, I don't really think matters that much. I think it's these two matches, the classic traditional match, that they need to come out strong in.
So we have, depending on who's on Team NXT, because as of this filming, we don't know, SmackDown has the more unity, I'm going to say. However, you have to look at which brand has the higher star power. And for fuck's sake, Raw has Charlotte, Natalya, Asuka, and Kairi. Raw is probably going to win this because it has those four on there. Raw's probably going to win it because it has Charlotte. She'll probably be the lone survivor that saved Raw.
Deservingly so.
What was that?
What?
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 What was that?
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's just important for NXT, I think, to come out strong looking at the end here because, with the whole AEW stuff and just like you mentioned, like they've been 7 weeks already that they've been losing, they've been trailing and they can't depend on like the main roster stars, they can't really do that again. So they really need to establish these guys on that main stage at a pay-per-view like Survivor Series.
So now we move on to the Brand Supremacy Triple Threat Tag Team match among Tag Team Champions, with the Viking Raiders versus the New Day versus the Undisputed Era. New Day needs to win because, damn it, Kofi deserves it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think New Day.
The Viking Raiders taking a lot. All right, Viking Raiders are not going to get pinned. Undisputed Era will get pinned. I'm going to say Kyle. Kyle O'Reilly's going to get pinned.
I agree.
Kofi's in trouble in paradise. Team SmackDown's getting the win on this one.
Agree.
The Brand Supremacy Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch representing Raw, Bayley representing SmackDown, and Shayna representing NXT. My heart says Becky. But if there's a match with the champions where NXT is going to pick up the win, Shayna's making Bayley tap.
I think it's predictable that Bayley's gonna get pinned in this match.
But you know
for that
what?
reason, I think she's gonna win.
I can take that back because this takes me back to WrestleMania 24, where Randy Orton was WWE champion. The match was Randy Orton versus Triple H versus John Cena, and no one even cared that Randy Orton was in the match. Everyone either had money on Triple H, everyone had money on John Cena. Nobody gave Randy Orton the ghost of a chance. And you know what? He pinned John Cena.
I love how that's always your go-to for like unpredictability.
It is. Because that's when you give a champion, when we sit there and say there's no way this champion's winning, you never know. So Bayley could. I just can't picture. I can't picture Shayna or Becky taking the loss to Bayley. That's what I'd have to say. Like Shayna will have to hit a finisher on Becky to knock her out, and Bayley will like throw her out of the ring and steal the pin on Becky.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen because like they did have that one moment where Bailey like attacked Shayna. They didn't have any. I don't know if Becky and Bailey have had any interaction. Have they?
So not yet. We'll see what happens on Friday.
That is true. We still have a SmackDown to get through.
Or what did happen
but,
on Friday. Ooh, time.
But I don't know. I think I'm gonna So how many brands supremacy matches are there?
Technically,
Like all of them, all the NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw matches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. So then I'm thinking NXT wins 2, then Raw wins the AJ. AJ wins for Raw. We said New Day for. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd probably say Bailey gets the win just for the upset.
Some shows getting 3, and the other shows are only getting 1.
No, I think NXT is gonna get 2.
Cesar. There's only 5. If we're doing a brand supremacy right now, unless they add matches like the kickoff, there's only 5 matches for brand supremacy.
Which technically the one last year was a kickoff match. We didn't count that. So
SmackDown, NXT. There's Raw getting the brand supremacy, and you know what? Team AJ Styles, Women's Raw, Becky Lynch.
We'll see. But I'm thinking Bailey's gonna get the win on this one.
And then your main event, because we have nothing else going on.
Wait a minute. Okay, I gotta say I'm looking forward to this match. I think this is gonna be
too, but it's just so random.
I think they've been doing a great job with this feud.
And
these two, I thought the promo from Ray these last couple of weeks. I think they've definitely like a couple of months ago they treated this dude like a complete jobber. Like his first match back, he got completely squashed by Bobby Lashley, and I feel like this whole story with Dominic has definitely given Bray the babyface push that he needs, and I think he's been doing great work these last couple of weeks. And he hasn't even been wrestling; he's just been cutting promos.
We'll see.
So, I love the promo that Paul Heyman had on Raw, where if you like track back, like every time he gave out a spoiler, it always came true. But he was very like ambiguous with this one, saying either Ray pulls the miracle or Brock gets the he murders Ray. Yeah. And I think that's like this is probably gonna be my wild card pick. Not the bullshit thing that's been going on the last couple months, but like I'm probably predicting like Ray's gonna win this one. I would love to see Ray get the win on this one. And I think
I'm with you. I want Ray to win. It's a no holds barred match, so they can play off. Ray can use anything. That Kane dude that got squashed in Saudi Arabia can come out. Dominic can come out. They can do a bunch of shit, and maybe Ray gets to be WWE champion.
I would love to see that, and I think it would definitely because Raw is definitely lacking like a big baby face because like obviously the whole Seth Rollins thing is like in complete turmoil. And I think Ray's been doing a great job as, being that top babyface right now. I think it would also push that whole story that Ray's got going with his son, like, wanting to do something to inspire his, soon to be wrestler's son. And I think, I think it would just be a great moment, much like, his best friend Eddie Guerrero. Like, would he beat Brock? That would be a nice callback to do something like that for Ray.
It would be. We'll see. I just had an image of like Dominic coming out in like Eddie tights and an Eddie shirt, coming out to like the Eddie music. Because remember, he was his poppy.
Oh, that is true.
And then just like throws Brock off, goes to the pass. Ray hits 619, drop the dime 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, it's over. I'd be happy with that, but I just don't. I'm already over Brock as champion. I'm ready for Ray. And then let someone else, let Bobby Lashley or Drew McIntyre or someone get the belt from Ray.
At your prediction?
That's my spoiler.
Oh, he's going beyond prediction. Spoiler. So it's definitely happening. So we're sorry for spoiling that for you. I'll probably put a little spoiler alert in the beginning. I won't, but still. But I'm definitely looking forward to this. I definitely really hope that Ray gets the win.
It's going to be a fun weekend of fun matches and fun shows. And people just need to shut the fuck up about, what's better, what's worse, blah, 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 blah. All the shows are killing it right now. Every company, every show's trying to put on A+. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. But that's all we got for this weekend, because those are going to be fun shows.
Who knows? It's either miracle or murder.
Miracle. I miss Mike Bennett, and I miss Mike Bennett being the Miracle.
I do too.
We appreciate you, Mike. We really do.
With that, I guess we'll be signing off. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done so, please make sure that you sub to the channel. Make sure that you hit those notifications because, of course, Steven's uploading some of his 2K20 universe videos. Go Team Red.
Mine's been clear.
Red.
Hashtag Team Blue.
Team Red. Team Red. Let's go Team Red. But also make sure that you follow the socials as well at WRR Network FL on Twitter, at WRR Network on Instagram. Wrestling Reality Rundown can be found on Facebook as well. And I believe that's all that we have, Steven. Give us some final words for the people.
It is the holiday time, everybody. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got Christmas, Hanukkah. No matter what you are celebrating, please, everyone, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time with family and friends. And be good to each other.
Exactly. Truer words cannot have been said. So, we're signing off. We'll chat with you then. Goodbye.
War Games! What? Oh my